Hello everyone, this is Hodora and welcome to Chaos Zero Nightmare. Today we're gonna do something different. We're not gonna talk about something that everyone know about. This is a topic that I believe nobody fully understand how this works, and I'm not gonna say that I understand it fully either, because we need to wait for the dev to explain it fully, or at least put it in game for people to understand. But I have confidence in my observation skill and my understanding of the usual video game mechanic, together with the result of some of little bit of simple testing. It doesn't have enough sample size to be called a scientific testing, right? But I managed to get something like this, right? Pretty green and everything is still in here for Epiphany. Kind of save file, or maybe this one on the thumbnail, right? No basic card and every Epiphany is still there, even though there is no device, and I don't have device in the run, so this is correct. Together with the core item that I want, right? I don't have the millipede. I will talk about why I don't put in the armor for this one later, but yeah, this is how I understand the save data system, how it works. And before we start, if you don't get what I try to say by now, a huge disclaimer: this is not factual. This is not like the truth behind how it works. This is just how I interpreted the system, how I understand and how I plan around this mechanic for my understanding. If you really want the actual fact, you need to wait until the developer put the actual fact on the notice or put the actual interface in game. We will have to wait for that. But why do I do this early? Well, because I don't think they have enough time to do that before the actual first season. The season 1 content gonna be released next week, if you don't know. So, to help people understand this system a little bit more, that's why I try to do, that is what I try to do today. Alright. So, how do we start? Actually, let's look in game first. When we go into chaos, right? When we go into chaos, there is one limitation that you're gonna see, right? Save data value. It starts from very low, normal, and high, and very high. A lot of people confusing the save data value with the save data size you get at the end, right? This TB thing, terabyte, right? 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. This is just the size. This number doesn't reflect the save data value at the start of the run. This number represents the card in your deck, the total of cards in your deck, how much epiphanies have. If you have a lot, for example, if you have a lot of neutral class, the value gonna go up, and it's only about the card, right? This one, example, this one I only have 6 cards, so it's 35. 5 cards is 34 because everything had epiphany, right? But if you remember, at the base, if you don't have any epiphany and you have the basic card, it starts at 15,000. This is not to be confused with, and we're not going to talk about that. That is such a bullshit number that we don't need to care about. What we care about is the actual level here. Very low, normal, high, very high. So let's write here. So we have what? Very low. No, very low, normal, high. Sorry about my handwriting. I'm using a mouse. I don't have a pencil. The pen tab. I don't have that. okay, and very high. So to explain this easily, this is not the actual number, but let's think about it as a slot you get at the start of the run. Maybe your inventory slot if you used to those type of video game, right? For example, let's start very low. We might have what, 10 slot. Low we gonna have 15, and it's gonna go up as a linear scaling, right? 20, 25, 30. This is just a example number, is not the actual fact. Of course, I'm gonna keep repeating this in case someone confused. And one thing that I gonna mention too is that I believe it's not gonna be the actual one number represent one scaling, right? Because as you can see here, difficulty 1 have what? Oh, I'm blocking the wheel. Have very low. 2 also have very low. 3 we go up to normal roll. So this should be a range instead of one number. Maybe it's gonna be a range from like 8 to what, 12, and then the low is after 12 until maybe 18, and this one 18 until 22, something like that, right? 22, 28, and after very high we keep going up and up and up without limit. Depend on how much modifier you took on the map. If you trigger the nightmare mode, right, there should be no limit. I think maybe there is, but I don't know. But it's how the inventory slot will be like. So why am I saying that it's an inventory slot? Because everything you do to the save file, right, there is like 4 things you can do to the save file. Number 1, epiphany for the card. Let's include this. It's gonna be 5. So you get your unique card. Unique card. This is one thing you can do. Second one is actual epiphany for the effect, right? Epiphany. It's gonna be so painful to read. I'm sorry. The third one gonna be a neutral card, and of course neutral card can also have epiphany too, of course. Neutral card. Fourth thing you can do is equipment. Let's say EQ. And last thing 5 that you could do to your save file is delete. Delete or remove a card, right? And all of these will occupy some part of your inventory slot, right? Unique will not have that much weight as you can see earlier, so this one is fine. If you have all your unique, it shouldn't be that bad in terms of inventory slot. Maybe it's gonna take 1 slot in total for every card. Epiphany gonna be different. Maybe it's gonna take like one per epiphany, or maybe 2 if it's divine, right? Something like that. So now what, you take 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are very low, you only have like 6 slots left. Neutral card, they have rarity, so it might be 1 for common, 2 for rare, 3 for legendary, the gold one, and 4 for mystic, something like that, right? Depend on the rarity. The same with the equipment, right? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 again. But now it's time how many number of equipment you put into your save. And lastly is the delete option. Let's just make it simple. Let's say the delete is 1 slot. Now if we go by this price, of course this not gonna be the actual real price, and we are at normal. Let's say it's normal. We have 20. So we're gonna use 1 to get all unique, right? So 1 unique, every unique we're gonna have 5 unique. 4 of them can have epiphany. Let's say we have 2 normal epiphany and 2 divine epiphany. So that's gonna be 2 and 4. Neutral card, let's say we don't put in any neutral card. So it's gonna be 0. We put in equipment. It's gonna be all 3 gold, all 3 legendary, right? So it's gonna be 3 times 3 is gonna be 9. My number might be a little bit too high here. Okay, another thing that I think is my work like this. Delete is 1. It's going reverse for your reality, right? If you delete mystic card, it's gonna cost 1 slot. If it's a gold card, it's gonna cost 2. Rare card cost 3. And the common card or basic card gonna cost 4. Because now we have what? 16. So you can at most delete 1 card, 1 basic card, right? So you can only plus 4 and this gonna combine into 20. What happens if you exceed the number, right? If you go above 70. Example, if you delete 1 more card, it's gonna be 24. The game will try to limit you to 20, so it's gonna delete whatever it can delete in terms of the slot. So if it delete the last slot here that you delete, well, I should use the same word, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's gonna return the card that you delete to your save file, right? Because you exceed the allocated slot. In terms of the priority, the most common thing, I think the first they're gonna reverse is the delete card, right? This is the first priority. The second priority, I think, is gonna be the divine. This is second priority. The third priority is a neutral card, right? This is gonna be the third one. Or if it doesn't work like this, they might try to remove. Of course, one thing to pay attention, equipment load, this thing will never be deleted. I never saw any save file got their equipment removed. So I think this is locked. This one is locked. So it's gonna remove everything else. There is 2 scenarios. One that I said earlier, we have priority of what is the first to be reversed back. Or the second scenario, which is instead of priority, they're gonna try the game gonna try to find the first option that if removed will put the value back to the normal, right? From 24 back to 20. So it's either gonna be your delete card got reversed, or maybe mystic neutral. Mystic neutral, if you don't know, these are mostly just what is the name again? Elite board card. Yeah, this is an elite board card. Gonna be removed first, because if the game remove this, it's go exactly back to 20, something like that. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. If you understand everything I talk about so far, congratulations, you finished the lesson of how I think not how it's actually work, but how I think the save data value work and how you can work around this to get the save data you want, right? Of course, I'm not gonna say that you need to have a value stack to everything. Don't have to tag everything with number. Just keep in mind, for example, this run with Leno that I got this save file. Since I've already planned I'm gonna remove all of her basic card, that means I need to have some allowance or some empty slot ready for 3 remove basic card, which is gonna cost quite a bit. That's why during the run I try to not put one gear on her, because gear also is a weight to your inventory slot, right? And try to aim for the core gear that I need, right? Second method. And well, if it's higher rarity it might work, but I just want to be safe and use the blue one. Blue one is alright, it's plus 15 damage for the battle, it's fine, right? And as you can see the result, no delete card gonna be returned back, and of course I didn't put any neutral card in here. So we managed to get this save file with only 5 cards in the deck. And basically that's how you work around this. Eventually they will release the actual notice about how this works, and we will see if my understanding is accurate or not. That's gonna be fun to look back to this video when that happens and see how bad shit I'm talking right now. Maybe I just spreading all lie and no fact at all, or maybe half truth half lie. We will see. But for now, I hope you have fun playing video game. Good luck with your gacha, and also good luck getting the save data you want. I gonna remind you that you shouldn't be worried about the save data that much until you at the end game, until you have the high slot or very high slot, right? And in the seasonal contents, they also already confirmed in the previous stream that we're gonna have a unique item, unique monster card maybe during your zero run for those contents. So the save data might have a higher value or might be more powerful than it would normally be. But anyway, that is something we need to wait at least not more than a week. If you don't know, we're gonna have a live stream on the Japanese side and maybe some video introduction about the seasonal contents up in like 5 days from now on the 11th of November. Alright, and that is all for me today. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain so far. And see you again next time. For now, bye bye.